Jay and the Americans among the kings of the remakes back in the 60s. You might remember they redid Carmilla back in the summer of 65. They did a song by Neil Diamond. They had a hit that Neil Diamond wrote. I think it was called Sunday for Tea. That was back in 19 was it Sunday for Tea? Well, anyway, I'm getting off topic. That was back in 65. But now we're getting to 1969 when Jay and the Americans make their comeback. They'd had this magic moment in 1969 done by the Drifters, and they also covered Walking in the Rain, which was done by the Ronettes, 1963, 1964. God, they did it fantastic. Jay Black is just, the guy's just, he pours his heart into these records. Boom! It just comes naturally to him. Right there. In Technicolor, gosh, one of the most passionate, sincere vocalists. And probably underrated along with people like Gene Pitney back in the 60s. Well, now let's go to Billboard's Hot 100, was it May 25th or May 20 something? Let me go to it right now. It was hang on, bear with me, May 31st, 1969. Some of the big hits that you might remember off this: Don't Let Me Down by the Beatles with Billy Preston at number 42, and Love Me Tonight by Tom Jones is on here. The April Fools by Dionne Warwick. I'm going to talk about Let Me by Paul Revere and the Raiders later on, but let me go down to it was song number oh gosh, bear with me, number 90, making its debut at number 90 on Billboard's Hot 100. Hot 100, May 31st, 1969. Jay and the Americans, their version of Hushabye. Nice version, although I do like the original version by the Mystics better. But the Jay and the Americans, they bring back that sock hop flavor, that malt shop flavor, the 50s. Think about those sweeping fins, those classic American cars back in the 50s. And it's just got that vibe to it. Hushabye by Jay and the Americans. Nice remake. The Mystics did it originally. God, Mystics killed it. You might remember Alan Freed used to close his television show, The Big Beat, or The Big Beat Show, with that song Hushabye by the Mystics, written by Doc Palmas. I might be mispronouncing their last names, and Mort Schumann. Doc Palmas and Mort Schumann, they've written loads of records. Hit records that you might remember: Sweets for My Sweets by the Drifters in 61. They wrote Teenager in Love. I can't get used to, I always forget the name of this title. Can't Get Used to Loving You, Can't Get Used to Losing You by Andy Williams in 1963. And Save the Last Dance for Me. They wrote that by the Drifters. I believe they also wrote Little Sister by Elvis, too. Prolific songwriters. The way it was split up was that Doc Thomas would write the lyrics, Mort Schumann would write the music, and man, they killed it on Hushabye, man. Love it. That's classic 60s upbeat doo-wop music right there. The 50s, baby. Yes, the Mystics doing Hushabye, and it was based off a lullaby. It was a lullaby called All the Pretty Little Horses, American Lullaby. Anyway, the song was also covered by the Beach Boys. They put it on an album called All Summer Long in 1964, and Brian Wilson and Mike Love sang lead vocals on that version. But here's Jay and the Americans at number 90 on Billboard's Hot 100, May 31st, 1969. Jay Black, man, killed it, man. He knocked it out, knocked it out of the park as far as the vocals concerned. But only got as high as number 62. That is it on Billboard's Hot 100. It was on Billboard's Hot 100 for 7 weeks. But it's Jay and the Americans with Hushabye. Classic.